Today, we're diving into a pretty wild prediction: how three powerful waves of artificial intelligence are going to completely reshape an industry we're all familiar with, the local car dealership. So let's just cut right to the chase. By the year 2040, is that car dealership down the street even going to be there? Well, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. And you know what? The journey to that answer might just tell us a lot about the future of, well, pretty much every industry. Look, this isn't going to happen overnight. Think of it like a storm rolling in, but in three distinct waves. First, we've got ANI, which is kind of where we are now. Then comes AGI. And finally, the really reality-bending them, ASI. So let's kick things off with what's happening right around the corner. Okay, so first up is the ANI era. This is basically the world we're living in right now, and it's expected to last until about 2030. ANI stands for Artificial Narrow Intelligence. The key word there is narrow. This is AI that's really, really good at one specific thing. It's like having a super-powered assistant for every single department, and it's about to completely shake up the old-school, hands-on way dealerships have always worked. And what's so fascinating is how AI just zeroes in on all the repetitive, predictable stuff, right across the board. You've got AI chatbots handling sales inquiries 24/7, robots doing basic oil changes in the service bay, and poof, all that back-office paperwork, it's just gone. The result? A huge boost in efficiency, for sure. But it also means a massive shakeup for the people who used to do those jobs. So think about the salesperson. Their job completely flips on its head. It's not about rattling off engine specs anymore, right? The AI can do that in a millisecond. Instead, their real value becomes something much more human. They're like a mobility concierge, someone who crafts the whole experience for you, who makes you feel that emotional connection, and who helps build a community of owners. And it's the same story for mechanics. You know, the grunt work, lifting heavy stuff, routine repairs, that's going to be done by robots. The mechanic's new job? It's way more high-tech. They become more like system engineers. I mean, modern cars are basically computers on wheels, right? So these new mechanics will be the ones debugging complex software issues and, get this, maintaining the very robots that took over their old job. So here's the bottom line for this first wave. To survive, you have to do the stuff the AI can't. It's all about the human touch. It's about building real relationships with customers, being the one who actually manages the AI, or creating those awesome real-world events that a machine just can't dream up. Okay, buckle up, because this is where things get really interesting. Around 2030, we enter the AGI era. That's Artificial General Intelligence. This isn't just a tool anymore. This is an AI that's on par with a human. It can think, learn, and reason across different domains. And that leads to a really, really tough question. If the AI can do everything, where do we fit in? With AGI, the impact on jobs is, well, it's brutal. We're not talking about assistants anymore. We're talking about a total takeover. Imagine an AGI handling every single sales negotiation flawlessly. Robots performing incredibly complex, one-of-a-kind repairs. The entire back office, from legal to management, run by an AI. The word for this kind of impact is destructive. No other way to put it. And this really hits the nail on the head. When the machine masters all the how-to stuff, all the knowledge, all the skills, what's left for us? Well, our value has to shift to the things a machine just isn't. We become the ones who take responsibility, the ones who connect on an emotional level, the ones who get why people make illogical emotional choices, because we do it too. So how do you stay relevant? You double down on being human. You could be the final anchor, the human who's legally on the hook for what the AGI does. Or maybe you're a high-touch producer, creating those wonderfully inefficient human events, like car club meetups and scenic drives. Or how about this? An ethics consultant, helping the purely logical AGI understand a customer's deeply personal, sometimes messy values. All right, let's take a giant leap forward now to the year 2040 and the dawn of ASI, or Artificial Superintelligence. We're not talking about human-level intelligence anymore. This is an intellect so vast it makes all of humanity's combined brain power look like a pocket calculator. And ASI doesn't just change the job market, it changes the very laws of physics as we know them. The game changer here is a technology ASI will have total control over: autonomous nanorobots. Just try to picture this: trillions of microscopic robots that can build and unbuild matter atom by atom. With that one technology, the foundational pillars of the car industry for the last 100 years, manufacturing plants, damage, repairs, they all just vanish? First off, imagine a car that heals itself.
instantly. You get a scratch, a dent, even your engine starts to wear down, and these nanobots just put the molecules right back where they belong. The concept of a breakdown, gone. A repair shop, a mechanic, they become historical artifacts.
And it gets even crazier. Your car isn't one thing anymore, it's anything you want it to be. The nanobots can literally reshape it in real time. So you need an SUV for the school run? Boom, you have an SUV. Feel like a sports car for a drive up the coast? It just transforms. The whole idea of buying a single fixed model becomes totally meaningless. And the final piece of this puzzle, since there's no more wear and tear, the car's hardware basically becomes immortal. It just doesn't break down or get old. And that one little fact, it shatters the entire business model that's been running for a century, selling people a new car every few years. So let's be crystal clear about what this means. In a world with ASI and nanotech, every single job you associate with a car dealership is gone. Salespeople, service techs, parts department, the general manager, vanished. The entire business model is completely, utterly extinct.
Okay, so let's just take a breath. We've gone from an AI assistant to an AI peer to a literal reality-bending, godlike intelligence. After all of that, what in the world is left for us to do? This table really lays out the whole journey beautifully, doesn't it? You can see the evolution so clearly. We start off just using AI as a tool to get stuff done faster. Then our job shifts to managing the AI, being the responsible adult in the room. And finally, when the very concept of work disappears, what's our role? We become the keepers of the human story. We focus on emotion, on experience, on what it all means. And that's really the final takeaway, isn't it? When technology solves all the what and how, the only thing left for us to answer is why. The only value left to create is human value. Your job is no longer about fixing a machine. It's about exploring what it means to be happy, to be connected, to be human, and how mobility plays a part in that journey. And that leaves us with one last massive question. And this isn't really about car dealerships anymore, is it? It's about all of us. When technology can do literally everything, what purpose will we choose for ourselves? That might just be the most important work any of us will ever do. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.